Aggressive with the ball, great handoff by Sidoli of the referee, I thought, as well.
Yes, Andre Watson actually getting in the way twice during that whole passage. He was in the way of Gareth Cooper as well. But now a chance for the All Blacks to clear. Collins picked it up at the base. Wales got some pressure on him. And Marshall with the clearance. Good touch from Marshall, almost up to halfway.
Well, I have to say, I think it was very well disciplined defence by the All Blacks. So many sides creeping up and conceding penalties, but 12 phases of play within the 22, and they didn't even look like conceding a penalty for offside. Great discipline.
Sidoli off the top. Jones with the miss pass. Cooper to Popper. Taylor again. Good support from Gareth Thomas.
That's fine, he had the ball. No.
Jarvis.
Fine.
Can he use his strength? Good retention again from Wales.
Ruck, that's a ruck. Yeah. 2-1, let it go.
Well, Wales certainly looking a lot more convincing when they try and run at the All Blacks. Still got possession. The little chip through. Lovely little chip through. Shankling comes up in support for Jones. Shankling dragged down by Howlett, but Wales again still have it. They've got men over if they can get the pass away. 2 on 1. 2 on 1, and Taylor scores. Well, even the All Blacks can't play, David, if they haven't got the ball.
Well, that was brilliant. It was set up by Stephen Jones. Wales very flat initially, but the Jones chip through created the space, and then terrific patience by the other players. They didn't panic, they retained the ball, and then they create an overlap. Here's the chip through. Lovely play by Stephen Jones. Shankland did extremely well. Look at him looking around, takes the contact, and then they get quick ball away. Don't panic, move it wide. Thomas doing extremely well there, as does Jonathan Thomas, and it's straightforward, 2 on 1. Right back in this game.
And there'll be a couple of proud fathers back at home. Mark Taylor's father, Ivor, who played over 400 games for Newport and Pontypool, and Tom Shankling's dad, Jim, who played for London Welsh and Wales back in the 70s. Stephen Jones with a chance to level things. Right on target, he's done it. And Wales, with 12 minutes gone, back level, 7 points all.
Well, who would have credited it, the way the All Blacks started this match. Great spirit, great ball retention, and great finishing by Mark Taylor.
Well, let's just hope that Wales have learned the lesson. Once they're holding on to the ball, they look a completely different outfit. Popham, the young number 8 from Newport. Jones. Terrific clearance from him. Quickly taken line out. Comes across to Muliaina. Dragged down. Everybody pinned. The referee saying no offence from either side. And suddenly space for the All Blacks out on the left. Jarvis couldn't get across. Rokocoko still going. They must score, and Rokocoko's going to do it himself.
Well, when you've got a finisher of this caliber, he's very, very difficult to stop. I thought Brad Thorne held on to the ball a little bit too long. Rokocoko was almost overrunning him, who's so desperate to take the pass. Here goes Brad Thorne. Look at him. He's giving Rocco Hooker very nearly getting in front of him, and then cuts inside. And poor Shane Williams doesn't stand a chance, does he?
That extra acceleration that he used to get round Jarvis, he had another gear there in waiting once he'd got the pass. Terrific running from Rokotoko, his 15th try now, and this only his 9th international.
That's not a bad record.
And an easier conversion chance for Leon MacDonald. He makes no mistake. And New Zealand have opened up the gap again. 14-7 they lead.
Well, it's just the way to strike back after conceding a score. Score one up the other end.
And we've no news yet on Gareth Evans. He's still in the treatment room, but we'll get you an update on that as quickly as possible. Well, the lesson has to be for Wales that they've got to get their hands on the ball and keep their hands on it as long as possible. Collins just driving straight through. Nicely gathered in by Shane Williams. Gareth Thomas. This is Jonathan Thomas. Terrific running from the young flanker. Can he get the pass away? Referee says play on. Cooper just thinking about going himself. Sonny Parker held up. Wales playing advantage. Straight run by Iestyn Thomas. Still advantage being played. Taylor held up in front of the post, and they're coming back for the penalty. Richie McCall, the man singled out for offending.
Well, I thought Jonathan Thomas should have given the ball there. He had players either side of him, just a little bit indecisive. Great play by this fella. Great pace. He burst through the tackles, showed great strength.
A real fine, only 20 years old, 6'5", 16 stone 11 flanker. That's the sort of player that Wales have been desperately short of in recent years. And Wales deciding to go for goal. Here we see Thomas again.
Well, you see him looking around. He just got tripped up there. If he'd just been able to release the ball a little bit earlier.
And the news on Gareth Evans is good. He's a bit concussed, but otherwise he's okay.
Yeah, that's right.
Stephen Jones, 258 points before this game for Wales. 260 now. 263. Terrific kick from Jones. And with 18 minutes gone, Wales still well in touch. New Zealand 14, Wales 10.
Well, I think a lot of people before the match even kicked off thought this was going to be a very one-sided affair, but first choice or second choice, these players in red are doing their country proud so far.
Popham. McCaw makes the tackle. Jones probing the corner, but again it's not a great kick. Mills Muliaina.
Okay, everybody's on side.
Finds Gareth Thomas. Thomas to Popham. And into touch on halfway.
Just a little bit indecisive there. Wales can't afford to be decisive. Whatever they do, they've got to do it directly and with pace.
Number 4, red.
Any indecision, that the All Blacks are just going to capitalise on it.
Brent Pavane just trying to have a go there. McCaw getting into the line, finds Collins. Again, huge inroads into that defence, and they've got men wide. Well, that appears to be out. The referee's quite happy.
You can't have it and take your hand away, but from the side, yes, you can go. And we're coming back.
Quickly taken by the All Blacks and whistling straight through. It's Leon McDonald.
Well, it was that time, it was quick thinking by Justin Marshall. Took the ball very quickly. The referee said, yes, you can go, so he did. And there was no one home on the Welsh blind side there.
It's all too easy once they do get the ball. And I think Wales have got to just take note of what's been going on in the game. And Stephen Jones has to think very hard before he kicks.
Yes, you can't afford to give the ball away to the All Blacks. If you do give the ball away, you've got to immediately put them under pressure.
So McDonald, who's already landed 2 conversions, now with the chance to land a 3rd from his own try. That one's good as well. 11 points to Leon McDonald so far. He's making a strong case for being included in the strongest lineup.
Well, it's also interesting that he's been given the goal-kicking responsibilities. Carlos Spencer, earlier on this year, has been doing that with mixed results. Daniel Carter did it a little bit earlier on in some of the other pool matches.
Gathered in by Williams. Marshall finds Spencer. Carter dragged down, Collins dragged down. Mialamu, this feisty little hooker. And again, breaking the line, McCaw, he's got the support there from Williams. Again, they've got men wide and men over. Shanklin comes in to take the centre. Did well because they couldn't get the pass away to Rocafoko. He's got it now, though.
Well, they went up the blind side just one time too many that time.
On the line, on the line.
Jerry Collins couldn't quite give and take that pass.
Up the line, please, 5.
And talk about whether Jerry Collins should be first choice or Rodney Soyalo. Both great ball carriers.
Yes, Soyalo, interestingly, normally plays for Wellington at 8, with Collins at 6. McCaw.
Lost piece, Red. Stay there, thank you.
That Williams coming away from that line out with it. A lovely little pass. It's suddenly 2-on-1. Muliaina.
That's a ball.
Shane Williams leaving his wing
Yeah, move away, Red, thank
and
you.
making the tackle. But Wales under pressure yet again. Williams. That's a little knock forward by the big man Greg Somerville. Wales have it.
Bundy's over.
Gareth Thomas gets it down behind Rocafoko. Oh, and the bounce is good as well.
Lovely kick by Gareth Thomas there. The right thing to do. Greg Somerville, the one who couldn't hold on to that pass, and then Wales ripped it back. Gareth Thomas has cleared his lines, taking some pressure off his forwards.
On the gas, check the numbers.
21-10. New Zealand lead. Coming up to 24 minutes gone. Brad Thorne. He says it's fine. McCaw, such a strong big man and very quick as well. Marshall, a little 2-on-1 opening up. Major. Wales. What a turnover. Top Adam Jones tries to take it up himself rather than passing. Topham. Stephen Jones, good little chip from him again. Just tried to offload the pass as he was catching it, and suddenly Howlett bells through onto the kick. And Mark Taylor got back. There was a little shove. I think it was accidental. The referee saw it. He's quite happy. And a deliberate kick off the outside of the boot from Tom Shanklin.
I'm not sure that I agree that that push was accidental.
13.
I think Mark Taylor knew exactly what he was doing. But it was pretty effective. Howlett came screaming up on the inside. He was only just onside. And there he goes. There's no one home. There's that little push. Got away with it, though.
But Mark Taylor
Get him on regardless.
has got a cut, and I think the referee is going to insist that he goes to the blood bin. Davis just trying to touch him up on the field. It's a cut in the mouth. Terry Sweeney coming on.
Well, I want him to come back onto the field pretty quickly. He's been very physical in that Welsh midfield. Terry Sweeney, not quite the same player.
Ready to restart. Kerry Sweeney on. I don't think that will keep Mark Taylor off for very long. Collins again, charging up. A little altercation between Brent Cobain and Williams off the ball. The referee telling his touch judge to look it. Chip through from Molina. From him McBride, the Welsh hooker, secures possession for them.
Number 5. Just come here.
And Williams is...
Talk to your supporters. Don't go after him, all right? Don't go after him. We'll be watching. That's all I'm saying. We'll be watching. Just calm down. It's been a great game. Holding on.
Williams being told not to take matters into his own hands.
That's fine.
I think that was an off-the-ball incident. Couldn't quite see what it was, but he said, don't chase him.
Okay, I'll talk to the TJ.
Yeah, it was just as they broke away from the line-out, and the referee telling Williams to leave it to the officials. That if Cobain's pulling and pushing, they'll deal with it. It's not up to him to do. Carlos Spencer pushes the ball down into the corner. Now, just remember, you can see, of course, all the quarterfinals live on the ITV network next weekend. And for details of that coverage, go to itv.com/RWC. And another knock on, giving Wales possession. Andre Watson just yelling at the All Black players to get their hands off the ball. Sidoli.
Yep, that's right.
It was a high-risk ball, and Cobain got 2 men at the same time, but did very well to hold on and secure possession for Wales.
Hold it. Not intentional, just an accident. Scrum down, black ball.
Accidental offside, Shane Williams running into his own man.
Oh, you're right. Cobain did extremely well there. It was a real hospital pass, this one. He had 2 All Blacks coming out like steam trains. There's Ali Williams one, Brad Thorne the other. Did well to turn.
Right, let's go. Okay, I can see that. Wait. This comes up on this side, no problem. You want me to remain here? Watch it, boy. Let's do it right. Crouch and hold. Engage. There we go.
Ray Watson coming over to this side to just check out the scrummaging. Collins feeds Marshall. That little dib into the corner, and Wales have got to be perfect at their own line out now inside the 22.
And you just sense that the pace of this game has slowed down a little bit. It was very, very frantic and frenetic in the first 15 minutes or so. Another 15 minutes gone.
Sidoli coming up with the patch. And, born in Wales, Italian father and Cardiff mother. And the All Blacks have turned them over at the ball. Collins, got to get him down. He's such a difficult customer. And now they're running out of men. Rokafoko wriggling his way half out of the tackle. The kick goes wide. Oh, and Ali Williams under it. It was no contest, towering over little Shane Williams. And Williams had no chance. Great hands from the big man, though.
Well, he loves that, doesn't he? We saw Johnny Wilkinson do it, free and ball short. Not usual for Ali Williams to be finding himself out on the right wing. Here it comes, this inch-perfect kick. And a brilliant take over the head of Shane Williams.
And that is first try for the All Blacks. One to remember.
Yeah, definitely. You don't get too many like this in a career, that's for sure. Kept his eyes on the ball brilliantly.
It was absolutely perfect. Just didn't look at the defender at all. Lovely kick from Carlos Spencer. And all he had to do was fall over once he got it. McDonald through the uprights again. And 28-10, the All Blacks lead. Half an hour gone. Good drop out, but that man Williams under it, and the hands we know are excellent. Collins, he runs so hard at those centres. Brad Bourne. Well, being extremely lenient on. The law says after the tackle you've got to do whatever you do immediately.
Yeah. Maybe hung on to it for a second too long. There he goes. He's a tremendously strong player, but, well, close to a second or so, isn't it?
Marshall complaining, I think he was tackled without the ball. Collins down on his haunches from where he was tackled. Shanklin almost got free. Got the legs pumping again as he broke the tackle. This is Adam Jones. A chance for Wales to build again. Sidoli. Wales look so much more convincing when they've got the ball and are running at the All Blacks. Cooper to Jones. This time he is going to kick. Puts it wide of Rokafoko. Gets behind him again. Oh, and the bounce was wicked. Into touch.
Well, it was a lovely kick through again by Stephen Jones. Kerry Sweeney didn't put too much pressure on Rokafoko because the ball bounced there. Now, he just had no one in support. They're all too far back. Nialamu, the one to tidy up for the All Blacks. Wales just need to put a little bit more pressure on.
Is he not there yet?
Taylor ready to come back, and
here he is. Number 3. Yep, okay. So we got blood on
Adam Jones, Jerry Collins also got blood on him. Kerry Sweeney comes off. Mark Taylor goes back on. Now Adam Jones going off. Is that a blood bin or is it a substitution?
Well, I'm not sure. I didn't see any blood.
No, I think that is a replacement. They're patting on the back as if his game is over.
It's fairly early on in the game, just 30 minutes through.
Yeah, now perhaps he's picked up a bit of a muscle pull or something. Gethin Jenkins, the man who's come on to replace him. Brad Thorne winning the line-out ball. McCaw, Mialamu.
That's it, boy.
Spencer with the kick. Shanklin is under it. Kicks and goes. Thomas accelerates to it. Good roll, waited for Howlett to land. Set up by Marshall. Liaina goes into the roll.
Get on and play it now, Red.
Well, it almost worked, but Wales have possession again. Lovely little jinking run from Shane Williams. Cuts back inside. He's got Shanklin outside him. And it must be a try, a super try for Wales. Sonny Parker over in the corner. And that brought all the red shirts to life around the stadium. Just what Wales needed. They were almost beginning to lose touch. But that lovely break from Shane Williams, making the try for Parker.
Well, you're absolutely right. They were almost beginning to lose touch. The All Blacks getting a shape to the game. And look at this, a lovely little step. He stepped inside Brad Thorne, then goes left and right, manages to get his pass away brilliantly. And Sonny Parker, well, it's an easy run in from there.
And Parker will enjoy that one in particular. Grew up in New Zealand. Went to Kelston Boys High, where he was coached by Graham Henry, the ex-Welsh coach. Played for New Zealand Maori Colts.
Well, I think he's actually coming off. I don't know whether he injured himself in the course of scoring that try.
Stephen Jones makes the conversion. It's New Zealand 26, Wales 17. And Parker is off indeed. He must have injured himself as he went over. And Sweeney is back on the field.
Good try. I heard that.
"35 minutes gone. Taylor has it for Wales. Attempt this time to go for territory. Didn't get him into touch though. Howlett. The referee saying nonsense as one of the Welsh players claimed it was forward. Gareth Thomas in trouble.
Okay, it's played. Not on run! Thank you.
Well, they did well to rescue that, Wales. Jones doesn't find touch though, and back comes Muliaina.
It's fine, the second is fine. It's on the... Last week's still red. With me, thank you.
Just probing. Mialamu gets
what language is that?
pushed back. Well, that was not forward, and Wales have got the turnover. Penalty to Wales, in fact, diving in over the top from New Zealand to try and secure the ball once it was lost.
Just signs of New Zealand not having the same sort of composure as they might have. Cobain did extremely well, very quickly onto that loose ball there for a big man.
We've just heard from the Welsh bench. Sonny Parker had a bit of a shoulder injury going into the game, and in going over for that try, he aggravated it and just couldn't go on.
Well, that's a big shame for Wales, because he's been very impressive this World Cup for Wales.
Sidoli, who missed his scrum half. Brent Cobain does the tidying up. Taylor hoping to offload quickly, couldn't do it, but sets the ball up instead. Wales have got men wide. Cobain. Just a lack of composure. Weston Thomas it was who knocked it on, and Major just stepping out of the tackle brilliantly.
Run away! Run away, mate!
Collins. The referee's happy. Wales set it up again. Going backwards, but they've still got possession. And again, Williams through again. Terrific running. Support there again. And away goes the big man, Sidoli. And Wales have still got it alive. They can get men there. Well, Wales still got the ball. Cooper switches it back the other way again.
Advantage too high. Don't lose it in front, number 8.
High tackle from New Zealand. Penalty is in. Wales just need quality possession now. That's the important one. It's suddenly all broken away, but the referee saying no advantage is accrued and pulling them back for the penalty.
Jerry Collins, the offender there, I think a high tackle. And this crowd really getting behind Wales now.
This one wasn't. Go down. I don't want to see any more high tackles from you, number 8. No more. Thank you.
Well, there it is. His arms around the head there.
And Wales going to the corner. Well, you felt they might go for the score there. They've only really got one more play. 20 seconds left on the clock. So Wales gambling everything on forcing their way over in the corner. Brave move, David.
Absolutely. I'd take the points at this stage in the game.
Jonathan Thomas with the line-out ball. They've driven over hard. And over the top is a try. Well, my goodness, it paid off. Jarvis going over for Wales. Fortune favours the brave.
Well, they took the points, but they took 5 instead of 3. And possibly another 2 to come with Stephen Jones's conversion. What a game this is turning into.
Colin Jarvis. Lovely catch from his fellow flanker. Driven on by Popham. And then in, over the top, goes Jarvis for the score.
Well, it was almost American football style. Breaking the plane, Jarvis, that's the shortest route to the try line.
Stephen Jones makes the conversion. Well, a fantastic finish to the half for Wales. They brought the score back to 28-24. We'll go to a break now, but there's plenty there for Ian Evans and Sean Fitzpatrick to chew over afterwards. Join us again.
Yes, welcome back. We can hardly believe it either. It's New Zealand 28, Wales 24, and the game got off to a cracking pace, Scott, didn't it, with this New Zealand try? We thought this was the sign of things to come.
Yeah, it looked ominous. The back line, you know, they went run hard first of all, just to suck the players in, and they went wide there. I think they wanted to get Rokokoko into the game early on, test how his hamstring was, and you know, it certainly looked ominous from there. You know, great hands and well executed try.
But we're starting putting the phases together, Mike, here, aren't we? This fabulous chip from Stephen Jones here.
Yes, and great individual skill. Shanklin runs hard, he gets in behind. Bit worried there, we were a little bit slow getting to the breakdown, but once we did, we started to put the passes together, people were calling for the ball. And what was good to see was that little offload by Jonathan Thomas. I thought that was excellent. And Taylor's been a great Gwent boy as he is, in under the post.
Scarlett, I think he means.
But New Zealand still had plenty of firepower there. Oh, here we go. We're going to see the replay first.
Yeah, again, great skill. The offload here, under pressure by Jonathan Thomas, was top draw. And I think everyone's really enjoying the challenge. Everyone's fronted up. I thought after that first try we might go into our shells, but we're coming up, we're tackling hard and making it difficult for the All Blacks.
Although the defence seemed to switch off a bit here, Paul, didn't it? We got these couple of tries coming up here.
I think that's always the danger when you play against the All Blacks, is if you give a moment's relaxation, they will obviously pounce and score. In fairness, Wales haven't given them that many opportunities, and they've, as we said at the beginning, they've got to be in their faces all the time in the defence, and for the majority of the game, we've certainly done that.
And then this quick tap penalty, this caught us on the hop, didn't it?
Yeah, they went, obviously, they're very quick, and if you don't get back off penalties and that, they'll exploit you. And Marshall did extremely well there, and, they can pick the pace of the game up, and they can punish you like that.
Sonny Parker's try coming up. Great break from Shane Williams here, Mike.
Well, Shane's had a great game, hasn't he? 2 or 3 clips of individual skill, individual magic, and I'm delighted for Shane. I think that his work rate has been outstanding. He's come into the line in different areas. He's come from behind the ruck. He's come in this occasion just one out off the ruck, and that left foot sidestep, is just tremendous. Worry here over Parker, Sonny Parker, with that injury again.
Yeah. I don't think we quite believe it, could we? And then this came along, Paul.
Well, I think it's a lot of pressure that the Welsh forwards have been putting on New Zealand, and a score at the end was really what they deserved.
It's all to play for. The second half to come. We're back in just a moment. Welcome back. It's New Zealand 28, Wales 24. Can we win this? Did I say that? Can we win this?
If we score more points than them, then we certainly will win it. Yeah, there's some fantastic performances in the first half. Jonathan Thomas, Mark Taylor, Shane Williams, Robert Sidoli, all making inroads and all getting over the advantage line. And if we go out and we play with that philosophy in the second half, why not?
Mike, do you agree? I mean, we're looking pretty good in all phases here, aren't we?
Yeah, we've got to remember, Mike, we still conceded 28 points.
Sure.
We've got to stop them scoring any more points now.
OK, let's go back to the action. New Zealand against Wales, second half. Let's return to Sydney.
4 points behind New Zealand, 28-24, the half-time score. Let's get back to the Telstra Stadium and our commentary team, David Soul and John Taylor.
Great excitement here amongst the Welsh crowd. You're absolutely right, Angus. And, well, they might be. 4 tries to 3 at the moment. The amazing thing to me, David Soul, is that both sides seem to find it so easy to open up the other side.
Yes, I mean, I think it's been some fantastic pieces of individual skill, but I just wonder what this second half holds in store for us.
Well, Steve Hansen's apparently said, just keep doing what you're doing, boys, it's working. Young Jonathan Thomas straight into it again. Here's the ball. And Jones decides to run. McBride with the clearance. Kerry Sweeney, who's on for Sonny Parker, makes good the clearance, but only up to the 22.
Well, I just wonder if Steve Hansen has conned us all, and if this isn't actually off the Welsh first team.
Well, they certainly are putting a case for it. I don't think he knows what his best team is, so the side out there, if they play well, they deserve to go forward. And the All Blacks wasting time, and the referee has had enough of it, so he awards a free kick to Wales. Back to Jones, and that allows Wales to really make the clearance. Up to halfway now.
Well, both defences have been very flat. And a little chip over, and when you can break the first line defence, both sides have really cashed in.
Now with no number on the Welsh side is Mark Taylor. Had to change it because of the blood bin. Real bad unforced error from the All Blacks on that occasion.
So we were saying at half-time, we were listening to the studio, that it's not been a game of mistakes. Both sides have actually created things. That time Carlos Spencer made a classic mistake.
Of all people. He's got great hands. And who's being put up? Now, the referee saying you're in trouble. Who's he talking to?
You're not going to do that again.
To talk
First you're going to
to
stop
Dave
pushing,
Hewitt.
You're not going to have a go at it. Is that clear? Yeah. All right. Out of here. You get out of here.
Oh, well, the referee, he started sounding as if he was going to show him a yellow card. He says, you're in trouble.
Well, there you can see a little bit of wrestling by Dave Hewitt and Matt Cobain. Frustrated because he felt he'd been pulling off at that scrum.
You still want that?
The referee just pushing Stephen Jones back a precious couple of metres, saying, now I've made my mark there, you're not stealing any. Do you still want to go for goal? Stephen Jones confirming that he is.
Well, this would bring Wales within a point of the All Blacks if he converted this penalty.
Stephen Jones with the angle, just about 50 metres. A big kick. Well, he's got the distance, I can tell you that. Great kick from Jones, and Wales have got it back to 28-27.
Well, a long way to go. Psychologically, what a great blow for Wales to strike early in this second half.
Cooper makes the clearance. Well, I think everybody has been assuming over the past week or so that it's definitely going to be an England v Wales quarter-final. I've got to say, it's not definite at all. It could be Wales going down to Melbourne. If they beat New Zealand, they head the group. And a steal by Wales. Everything going their way at the moment. Sweeney gets away. He's got support as well from Jarvis. Jarvis stretching away. Back inside to Sweeney. And Wales just a metre short. Wales still have it. Wide it goes. And into the corner. Wales in the lead. Shane Williams, a lovely cut-out pass, and the All Blacks look absolutely stunned.
Absolute brilliance. Sweeney it was who made that try with a searing break up the middle, and again retained his composure. He didn't panic, he had Jarvis with him, so they waited for the support, and it all came from that steal by Cobain. Here's the break, a little bit of a show, hands off Spencer, I think it was, and then lots of composure next. Great play by Jarvis. Superb retention, he's only a couple of yards short at that point, and then it's a straightforward long pass there. Look at the delight on Shane Williams' face. What a great opening to the second half.
Well, Gareth Thomas took the risk with the long cut-out pass. Spencer, I think it was, who tried to get a hand to it, but it paid off. Jones adds the extra 2 points. And who'd have believed we'd be talking about a scoreline 5 minutes into the second half of Wales 34, New Zealand 28.
Well, they say there haven't really been too many upsets in this World Cup so far. This could be it.
A very long way to go yet, but Wales certainly growing in confidence and playing the best rugby that they've played in this tournament and probably for a couple of seasons. Muliaina pushes the ball through. Williams getting back to support with the clearance, couldn't make any ground, but safely into touch.
Well, that's all he needed to do at that point. Just get the ball into the back row of the stand, don't do anything, no heroics.
Kevin Nialamu. Collins it was. On goes the drive. Nialamu. Marshall. Major. And Major cutting back inside everybody. New Zealand still have it. Spencer. He's got men over there now. Howlett. Williams. Slowing it up by Wales. It's a penalty to New Zealand.
Slow your ball up. No advantage.
Well, at that point, they're happy with the penalty. Justin Marshall is disgusted that the Welsh are actually impudent enough to try and intercept him.
It looks as if Spencer's going to go to the corner. He does line out again, 5 metres short of the Welsh line. Williams. They keep tackling the man with the ball, trying to get him down before the ball forms, so they can't be accused of dragging down the ball. Now New Zealand release it. Major back inside. Howlett into the line, and Howlett through so quick. Howlett, the schoolboy track and field star, turning on the pace there for his 36th try. He also an amazing try scorer. Sorry, his 29th try in his 36th game.
Well, there was only a fraction of a gap. Kerry Sweeney came up just a little bit too quickly there. There he is, and there's a fraction of a gap, and Howlett just too quick to get through that.
His debut for Auckland, Doug Howlett, when he was still at Auckland Grammar. And the youngest ever Super 12 player when he was on loan from Auckland to the Otago Highlanders. And McDonald with the chance to regain the lead. He's missed it, and Wales still hold on to the lead, 34-33.
Well, a quick shot at John Mitchell there. He must be worried. There we are, great pace by Doug Howlett. Mark Taylor couldn't make the tackle there.
Dave Hewitt has now been taken off, and Case Muse comes off. Williams. Spencer Collins to carry it up and make the hard yards. Marshall to Spencer. Gareth Thomas. This time hoists it high and goes chasing. Mills Muliaina. They've got him going cross-field. to the touchline. It's a beautiful kick too. Takes play down into the 22. And down on the other side of the field on the 22, Jerry Collins. Took the wind out of himself with one of those thumping runs in the first half, and he looks to have done it again.
Yes, and when things go your way, they go your way, don't they? Just bobbled into touch there by Kerry Sweeney. I think Jerry Collins may be coming off.
Limping off, Collins is hurting. Williams. Richie McCaw doing the job that Collins would have been doing.
No hands now, Red. No hands, Red. They're rocking.
Well, that's coming out the Welsh side, and the All Blacks went to rescue it by going in from the side. A penalty right in front of the post to Wales.
Well, an ideal opportunity to take 3 points and just stretch the lead. Coming in at the side. A little bit untidy there, but Richie McCaw, the perpetrator, he was the one who did it.
New Zealand. Stephen Jones takes great care with it. You have to. Even those are missable, but he's right on target, and Wales stretch the lead back out to 4 points, 37-33 they lead.
Well, that's interesting. Marty Holer has come on for Jerry Collins. Now, they got Rodney Sotoyalo on the bench. He's a big, strong ball carrier, and Marty Holer's another open side. So I wonder whether Richie McCaw will probably slot into the number 8 position.
He's certainly taken over the job of carrying it up. Oh, a bad knock-on by Shanklin. He's looked uncertain going into it, and that's put Wales under awful pressure. And the All Blacks getting that drive on. Still keeping the drive going. Now it's on the floor. They've managed to stop it at last. And the advantage for the penalty is over. The loop round from Spencer, knocked on by Howard.
Well, things definitely going Wales' way. You'd expect Howlett to pick those sorts of passes up. I was surprised there was a massive punch-up going on the side of this maul. Referee Peter Marshall didn't seem to see it.
Number 1 red down.
And down Justin Thomas, just needing some attention. Still an awful long way to go, but just little signs that things are going Wales' way.
Yes, I think it's hard to see any side under pressure be able to maintain some performance.
Well, if it stays as it is, unlikely though it sounds, it'll be Wales versus South Africa next Saturday at Melbourne, and England versus New Zealand next Sunday in Brisbane. You can, of course, see all the quarterfinals live on ITV Network next weekend. For details, go to itv.com/RWC. Topham charging away and holding onto the ball. He got himself isolated.
This man here, holding it, he was on his feet, then he fell down because of the holding it on.
Well, holding on to the ball gives Carlos Spencer the chance for a line out in the corner, and he just, in these sorts of situations, there he goes. He's just a little bit isolated there.
Great pity, because it was a very clean heel, almost too good, and he made too many yards. Nialamu, McCaw, And Wales driving in to stop them all again. The New Zealand forwards trying to get it rolling. Big drive going on. Still can come back, the New Zealand side. Forced now to release it. They get it wide. Malaina. Hasn't got it down, says the referee. Scrum 5, not even going to the television official.
For once. And a good decision by the referee. Clearly held up over the line. That time, great defence by Wales.
I didn't say engage, so there's no stop. Hold it. Wait for engage.
Well, it's really interesting because Leon McDonald has come over to pack on the left side of the scrum. And they've dropped out, of all people, Brad Thorne into inside centre. The Rugby League big man is out there to punch a hole.
Well, that is an interesting tactic. Expect a short ball off Spencer if they get a clean heel.
Marshall pushing and shoving with Cooper. And the scrum went up, so it'll have to be reset.
That is watching. Thank you.
Good solid hit that time. Marshall feeds. On goes the push. Wales have turned it and pushed it away. Everything going Wales's way at the moment. They destroyed the New Zealand scrum.
Well, who would credit him? Great pressure. The ball came squirting out the side there. Gareth Cooper didn't really know where it was. Jonathan Thomas did. Gave it a big hoof up the field.
Referee Andre Watson insistent that it was heeled by the All Blacks and it then came out. Williams again. So Bain had a go at getting to it, couldn't do it.
On your feet, everybody, hands off! Hands off!
Kohler in the scrum patch setting up. Brad Thorne, they've got to hold on to him. The All Blacks rumbling forward again. Set and drive. Somerville taking it out. Marshall looking one way, now going the other. Back inside for Muliaina. And again probing Marshall. Couldn't get there. Good defence from the Welsh. Huge drive, number 17.
It's in the air.
And he's short. That was Case Muse, prolific try scorer, trying to add to his front row record. But again, they couldn't get over.
Number 4, sub. Talk to me. Time out, please. Okay, send him on.
And Brent Cobain, he was looking a bit weak in the tackle there, and Steve Hansen pulls him straight off and brings on the replacement, Chris Wyatt.
Well, that's an interesting move. I thought Brent Cobain's been doing a terrific job in the Welsh lineout. He's taken 2 or 3 against an all-back put-in. And his work rate has been wonderfully high this evening.
Well, coming up to the hour, perhaps just getting a bit tired. And last 20 minutes, new legs. And who would have believed that coming up to an hour, we'd have been talking about a scoreline of 37-33 to Wales against the All Blacks.
All right.
Steve Hansen just there in picture on the edge of his seat, as we all are.
Big Case Muse on the loose head now for New Zealand. And let's see what this scrum is like. And quickly taken. It's a free kick. Very quickly taken by McCaw. They've got men over again. That was Fuller trying to get through. Not forward. Little knock on, no advantage. They weren't back.
Behind the line. Behind the line now. Don't be silly, thank you. And you run.
Ali Williams being pushed back behind that 5-metre line. That's where it's got to be taken.
Down.
Everybody taking stock. Don't know what the decision is at the moment. It's
Yeah.
Well, Andre Watson said, do you want help? I'm not sure whether someone's injured or whether they're opting for the scrum.
They're affording them, but it's your ball. They're sitting, waiting for them. You guys stay
I think it's Greg Somerville
without my engagement.
needs some treatment before they opt for the
Just
scrum.
listen for my engage. And be ready, it's their ball. No questions. There's no debate. Just be ready. Do what they do on your ball. Thank you.
Right, so this is an enormous scrum too. And immediately coming wild, going through the gap. It's Carlos Spencer using all his pace back on the blind side, and it's New Zealand back into the lead. 38-37.
Well, that time brilliant by Spencer. He's a terrifically exciting runner. He gets his back line moving, but that time, little throw of the ball on the outside, backs himself, and over he goes.
Yeah, a real running play half. He's already scored 4 tries now in this World Cup. 2 against Italy, 1 against Tonga, and now 1 against Wales. 12 tries in all.
Well, I'm shaking my head in disbelief. 1 point between the teams. 20 minutes to go.
McDonald, can he stretch it? Hits the right post with it and it rebounds out. So the lead stays at 1 point. 38-37. New Zealand back in the lead, and Wales now going to Brisbane again, and New Zealand to Melbourne. Mervyn Davies coming on, and Robbie McBride going off. Change of hookers. Richie McCaw, the carrier. And a high tackle on him, so advantage to the All Blacks. Spencer. Gareth Thomas decides to go himself. Important that he sets the ball well. He does indeed. And Popham trying to
21.
kick and go.
Number 21, red. 20, no. Are you 21, red? That shot on number 7, black, was high. Go down, please. High. Just go down on the tackle.
Just a warning to Kerry Sweeney about his tackle at the other end of the field.
Well, good refereeing by Andre Watson, who actually played advantage, and the All Blacks got some terrific territorial advantage there. Gareth Thomas just looked a little bit indecisive there when that kick went through. He needs to be a little bit more assertive, either put the long kick back or stick it into the back of the stand.
I think he needs to forget kicking altogether. He's been very dynamic and is running off the back, and I think he needs, in that sort of situation, one-on-one, to pitch himself against the defender. Or Taylor cutting inside for a moment. There was a hint of a 2-on-1. Cooper fumbling. Advantage being played to the All Blacks. Maliena bumping off a couple of people. He's so strong and so quick. Still advantage to New Zealand.
No, yes, the ball.
Vialamu trying to probe. Oh! Well, the referee saying there were 2 knock-ons there. The first one came from the All Blacks.
Well, there's the first one. Now, I thought he... Well, no, not quite. If he'd recovered that ball, he'd have been all right.
Yeah, he had to recover it himself. It was good work by the referee.
Just a good hit. Stay up.
Saw it cleanly.
Stay up. Okay, break up. We've got time out anyway. You're going to do that now. 8 red. 8 red. So, listen, you boys.
And
All you
top
big
of
boys.
coming off.
Sorry.
The man coming on. David Jones.
The scrums have been great.
New legs, and David Jones, a powerful guy. I'd expect him. It'll be interesting to see whether Jarvis goes into 8 and he comes onto the flank.
Right? Is that a deal? Okay.
In fact, they're not doing that. No, Jarvis staying on the flank. David Jones going in at number 8.
Okay, go.
David Jones straight into it. Picks up, dummies and goes. Cooper. And lovely little break again by Stephen Jones. The half break just got them on the back feet. Showing his way back inside, Jonathan Thomas. And Shanklin.
Go on.
Better ball for Cooper this time. Oh, and away goes Jonathan Thomas again. Trusting himself. Now they've got men over. Can they make something of it? Back comes Gareth Thomas. And Wales have it. Stephen Jones. Jarvis. Collared by 4. Spun down Welsh ball.
So there's people lying all over the show.
Well, Andre Watson very quick to blow up. Tom Shanklin was standing right over here on this near side touchline. I thought they were going to go for the big kick-up. Great play by Jonathan Thomas. He's been outstanding this evening.
A real find. Originally from Pembroke.
Wait up. Wait for the word.
A student at Swansea Uni. David Jones again. And Wales trying to load the side. Owens losing the ball as he went through there.
Thank you.
Was Sweeney.
Advantage over. Play on.
But the All Blacks under pressure. Back comes Shane Williams to Shanklin. Shanklin puts it up and chases it. Oh, and he knocked it backwards. Loose play, so Howlett fully entitled to grab that one for the All Blacks. Lovely passing from Muleina and from Spencer. But on this occasion, Rokafoko collared. Shanklin driving through from the back, trying to spoil the ball. Howlett. Williams smothered by David Jones. Howlett. Tackle was too high, says the referee. Williams dragged down. They'll come back for the penalty, though. Crowd roaring the disapproval. There's a feeling that he was already falling.
Well, I think there's plenty of Welsh supporters in this wonderful crowd. And I think any Australian will be right behind this Welsh side. They've been so spirited in their play this evening, so tenacious, just given it absolutely everything.
Carlos Spencer trying to cool it all down. 66 minutes, nearly 67 minutes gone. Well, that looked very flat, if not forward, but they got away with it. On goes the drive from Rubenthorn, the skipper. back on the Welsh side. Gareth Thomas in trouble almost on his own line. And Wales have got to tidy this one up or they're in trouble.
Ruck going forward.
And New Zealand have got the set scrum back on the 5-metre line.
Well, I don't quite understand that decision. The Wales seemed to turn the ball over. Gareth Thomas was in trouble, but I thought he was able to ground the ball. And if that is a ruck, then is it not a Welsh put-in?
Well, he said they were going forward at the ruck. Sidoli back on his feet now. Vitally important, this one for Wales. Just a point behind. If they can escape from here, they're still very much in it.
Front row's collapsing. They can't afford any penalties, Wales. Just going to knuckle down the scrum.
You must give him room to go into. Get back.
Free kick against Wales.
On the 5.
And they've elected to go for the scrum again in any case, and the referee now going to lecture the front row.
I guarantee it'll work. Oh, watch me. Action hold. Engage.
Marshall feeds. McCaw. And Marshall going himself. Well, had to be very close to being forward. Howlett certainly got the ball down.
Happy with the line? Okay. Can we have a look, please?
And the try, no, they're going to the video referee. The Welsh players all claiming the pass was forward.
We just want to check feet on the touchline.
Well, I don't
Before
think
we
they'll go
went over,
back for the
please.
forward pass. They're checking the touchline. Now that was the pass that was forward.
Pass was fine, I'm happy.
Andre Watson saying the pass was fine.
He's saying he's made that decision. Well, it certainly wasn't into touch.
Thank you. Okay.
No, that's a try.
Thanks, Mark.
He's happy with the pass, and it's definitely a try to New Zealand. And they go into a 6-point lead, 43-37.
Well, a little bit of a blindside move there, Richard McCaw to Marshall. Well, from that angle, the pass definitely looked forward. But Andre Watson was pretty adjacent.
Well, I think that angle was pretty conclusive. And that is a very big decision to make at this stage of a close match like that. A very, very dubious score. Conversion not over, so Wales still within a converted try. New Zealand 43, Wales 37.
10 minutes left for Wales to pull something out of the bag. Just wonder how much they've got left in the tank. They've given it absolutely everything this evening.
Kevin Vialamu is off, Mark Hammett on for the All Blacks. Howlett, so quick. Every time those little chips go in, he looks very dangerous.
Yes, he does. I don't think Wales need to play hurry-up rugby quite yet. They've got 10 minutes or so, 9 minutes on the clock. They've dominated the line-out. Just settle down.
Taken by Sidoli. What can Wales do now they've got possession? Sweeney gets it wide to Gareth Thomas. Thomas steps inside Clive. Jonathan Thomas, the big flanker again, breaking a couple of tackles first. And New Zealand have turned it over, though, come away with it. McDonald. Marshall again. Decides to just clear his ground. Well, that's proof, perhaps, that the All Blacks are a little bit rattled. Shankly. And Wales having to fight for it in the tackle, but coming up with it. Jones puts it wide. Sweeney gets it wide to little Shane Williams. Sidoli. They still have it. Now they've got men wide. Taylor coming through on the short one. They keep pushing it right now. Justin Thomas driving it up. But New Zealand have stolen it. The chip and go from Major. Well done, Gareth Thomas. Got back and protected the ball well. And stupid mistake, it wasn't necessary. Gethin Jenkins coming in from the side and giving away the penalty.
Well, you can see him shaking his head in disbelief. They'd done all the hard work. Gareth Thomas had fallen brilliantly. There's Gethin Jenkins just lying on the ball, conceding the penalty. Just what Wales didn't need.
Steve Hansen, he must have been dreaming of a very famous victory, and you can see the disappointment etched in his face there. Leon MacDonald now will definitely go for goal, because this stretches the lead and Wales will have to score at least twice. No mistake. 46-37.
Well, there's no doubt New Zealand have looked flawed this evening. Wales finding all sorts of gaps in their defence, scoring 4 brilliant tries, and that man must be worried.
He's probably breathing a little more easily as far as this match is concerned, but he must be worried about the longer term, not the sort of performance. This was the game where New Zealand were expected to step up a gear and really show us what they were made of.
Well, he wanted a hard game. He certainly had it.
Marshall coming away again. McCaw. Marshall always there offering himself. Major gets it to Marshall again. Oh, and he takes him bringing down the scrum half more like a flanker at times. Hula. And McCaw up there again. Away goes the pass to Rokafoko. Desperately trying to drive it, but Marshall looking for a way through. Muse getting in there. Ola. Marshall again. And Wales trying to get a hand on the ball. New Zealand clearing them out. Ola. Strong boy. It's going to be another penalty to the All Blacks if they need it, but they're not going to. Aaron Major scores his first try of this World Cup, and that just about spells the end for Wales.
Well, you have to say it'd be very, very difficult for Wales to come back from this scoreline, 51-37 as it stands, with the conversion to come, and only 5 minutes left to play. I thought Marshall overdid the blind side a little bit too much. He had a huge line-out. Doug Howlett was on the far touchline screaming for the ball. Great strength there by Richie McCaw and setting it up, keeping the ball alive.
McDonald puts over the conversion. 53-37, the All Blacks lead. Cooper at scrum half. Wales desperately needing to recover it. Muse takes it up for the All Blacks though. Major again, bashing holes. Look at the support coming in. Terrific from Brad Thorne. Gareth Thomas. Good tackle by Thomas. Picked up by McCaw. Muse again, going the short route. And a little knock forward. Wales have got the scrum.
From behind, don't worry.
Well, it was only one way Brad Thorne was going, and that was over the top of the last line of defence. He's such a big, strong man. Look at him. He eyed him up about 5 yards away and said, I'm going over the top of you.
At 8 Australian Rugby League tests. Big star for the Brisbane Broncos, but born in New Zealand, and he eventually decided it was his destiny to become an All Black.
Well, he certainly fills the jersey. I just wonder if they'll replace him with Chris Jacks. Our line-out hasn't functioned that well this evening. Brent Cobain did some brilliant stealing work earlier on.
Hammett with the throw. Wakathoku's gone over into the midfield.
This man here. Don't look the ball down there. Get off your feet. That's fine. I'm going to play on. Hands off now. Hands off.
Oh, and a little knock forward by Wales, just getting too ambitious. But they've got to take risks if they're still trying to win this game. No advantage to New Zealand, and back they come for the scrum.
Well, it's been an extraordinarily courageous effort by Wales this evening. Whether it was the second team or the first team, they played with such heart. At that time, David Jones couldn't hold on to it, conceding the scrum.
Free kick to New Zealand. And Major, he's so good at those passes out of the tackle. Hula, the replacement flanker. There's Marshall again. Brought down by Mark Taylor. He hurt himself in making that tackle. Chase Muse desperately trying to get away. Hanging on his back was little Dwayne Teal. The pressure on again. Marshall gets it wide to Spencer. Big hole appearing. The little push through. But in front of the kicker. No try. No try at all. The anticipation from Howlett. The referee spotted it straight away.
Yes. It wasn't Muliaina. I think it was Doug Howlett on the far side that was offside. You can see him in picture there.
You want the line out? It's down to the line out, Jim. Up there. Thank you.
Into the last minute. And the referee's just confirmed there is time for the line out. But there's certainly not time for more than one score, so Wales will have one last chance of regaining possession from this.
And any score will be consolation.
Stephen Jones did well. Back inside. Oh, and a lovely little behind the back pass. Shanklin cuts back, looking for support. Gets the support from Sweeney. And it was Dwayne Field, in fact, who got up and took it in, and holding on in the tackle. It's going to be a penalty to the All Blacks. Spencer just wrecking his way free. Goes for McCaw. And McCaw not being able to see the support that was there. Shane Williams comes screaming back. And he's got to run it into touch. And the end of an absolute thriller. New Zealand have done it, but my goodness, what a shock. In the end, they outscored Wales 8 tries to 4. but a terrific effort from the Welsh.